What's up, YouTube? It's Mark Blake, and I'm back with a brand new video. And today, guys, I'm breaking down the biggest game of the weekend in college football, potentially. Michigan, Nebraska, in Lincoln. If you're Michigan or a Michigan fan, as I am, you all know that. Full disclaimer, I'm a Michigan fan. If you didn't know that, you do now. You're a little nervous about this game. I'm not going to say you're like crazy nervous, like freaking out, like, oh my God, we're definitely going to lose this game. No. But you are a little nervous about this game, knowing that there's no Sherrone Moore. And you got to face potentially one of the highest rated quarterbacks, if not the highest rated quarterback, in the Big Ten, in Dylan Raiola. If you're Michigan, here's what you got to do. You got to run the football successfully. Nebraska's a defense that averages 4.8 yards a carry in the run game. So if you're Michigan, if you can run the ball effectively, you will win the game. No doubt about it, if you can run the ball. If you're Nebraska, you might need to change up your defensive look, your defensive set. You might need to bring in an extra safety and just play one safety deep, or an extra linebacker. Force Bryce Underwood to try and beat you throwing the ball. Now, am I saying that's impossible? No. He can pick you apart in the pass game. I mean, you got great wide receivers, Samaj Morgan, Donovan McCulley. If you're Michigan, it's a one-on-one matchup because they only play one safety deep to bring up stop the run game. You like that matchup in Donovan McCulley or Samaj Morgan. As a Michigan fan, Michigan quarterback, you're going to favor those wide receivers. You're going to favor that matchup. But if you're daring Bryce Underwood to beat you in the pass game as Nebraska, you're going to have a much better chance than you are if you're trying to get them to beat you in the run game. Because your defense run game, let's just say it definitely leaves something to be desired. It's not what you had hoped for if you're Nebraska. Matt Rule, coach of Nebraska, don't want to jump to conclusions and don't look now, but I think it's his third year there. His teams start to pop off when it's his third year. Temple popped off when it was his third year there. Baylor, not bad. So don't look now, but Nebraska's got Matt Rule for the third year now. Could they pop off? I don't know. So basically, the big thing to watch in this is going to be the quarterbacks, number one, Bryce Underwood and Donovan McCulley. Or, not Donovan McCulley, but Bryce Underwood and Dylan Raiola. Watch how Nebraska's defense handles the run game. And if Nebraska's defense does handle the run game good, you got to watch how Michigan throws the ball. Because they got the wide receivers, they got the quarterback, but they need to do it correctly. They need to execute. Doesn't matter how good your players are if you can't execute the play correctly. And you might be saying, Mark Timberlake, dude, how can Michigan not execute plays correctly? I've been watching them for 21 years. I've seen them not execute plays correctly. Trust me. So, yeah, if you're Michigan, you got to execute. Same thing with Nebraska. No matter what team you are in college football. Whether you're the Georgia Bulldogs or the Delaware State Hornets, doesn't matter. You have to execute if you want to win a game. So basically, the big thing if you're Michigan is run the ball effectively. If you have to throw the ball, do it successfully. And execute the game plan. If you're Nebraska, here's the big thing if you're Nebraska. Stop the run game. Force Michigan to throw the ball. And defensively make Michigan have to win the ball game with putting the ball in the air. Make them have to do that. Execute your game plan. Both teams need to establish something on offense and on defense. Michigan needs to try and establish themselves in the run game. If not, they got to be able to establish themselves in the pass game offensively. Nebraska needs to establish their presence on offense as well, but I think this is going to be more of a defensive battle for Nebraska. They need to assert themselves on defense and say, like, hey, not going to be able to run the ball every time. They got to stop the run game, basically. And I know I'm repeating myself, but I can't emphasize how important that is. If you're Nebraska, you have got to establish yourselves as a defense that looks at Michigan and says, hey, you guys aren't just going to be able to run the ball for 4 or 5 yards a carry. You guys aren't just going to be able to run the ball whenever you so please and pick up first down. No, you're going to have to throw the ball against us. If you're Nebraska, you have to assert yourselves at that. Last time I'm going to say it. And if you're Michigan, you got to try and assert yourselves in the run game. Pick up 4 or 5 yards carry. And if not, if you can't do that, you got to establish yourselves in the pass game. Be able to pass the ball for 6, 7, 10 yards a carry. A play, 5, 10 yards a play. You got to be able to move the ball through the air effectively. But I think this game very well could come down to being a defensive battle. Maybe not super high scoring. Michigan's a 2.5-point favorite. If I had to pick this, I'd probably pick Michigan to cover the line. I would pick Michigan to cover the line because I'm going to give you a score prediction. If I had to pick this game, I'd say Michigan will win this game 21-17. Michigan's going to win and cover the spread. That's what I got for you. Final score 21-17 Michigan in Lincoln. Can't wait to watch the game. I think it's going to be a fun, action-packed defensive battle. I'll be bringing you something on Ohio State, Washington next weekend when they play. Until then, you all know what to do. Rock on.